wena wendlovu ayede abashongo la dumisa abashongo la dumisa abashongo wesuleli phezu bathi ushilo bandabakasha.
Intatheli yezindaba ze-SABC uSimphiwe Makhanya ikwaKhethomathandayo ake siphonse intambo kuye sizwe umuzwa. Simphiwe, sikwamukele indabeni zasemini.
Ngibingelele kuwena noxolo bese ngibingelele nakumbukeli wazo izindaba ngisho ukuthi njengoba usushilo sikhona ke ehlala Nkosi esigodini ke noma sithi ke kwaKhethomathandayo njengamanje ke noxolo uzobona nje emva kwami sebevele sebefikele ngobuningi babo abanye ukuzozwakalisa phela ke ukuqhubeka ukuzwakalisa amazwi abo enduduzo endlunkulu kulandela ukukhothama kwakhe ubayede. Njengamanje sizothatha nje lelithuba ukuthi sixoxisane kabanzi nomunye ofikele la ukuzothi naye abhonge emswaneni induna ke le noxolo umnumzana uCupha ukumuka wakwaMakhathini. Baba sikubingelele sikwamukele indabeni bese siyakubuza ukuthi Hlasimbe wena njengengethimba enithiyani izobhonga la emswaneni endlunkulu kuthini nje kwena ukuphawula?
Ngicela ukubingelela kubalaleli nabo bonke abakhona. So Paula wethu sizolila Isilo sisuka ogagwini thinywe umntwana okungenye imizi yesilo izobhonga ke ngokukhothama kweSilo. Umntwana uSikhaphuthi asokhala kakhulu uyakhala ngeSilo ngokudlula kwaso emhlabeni.
uMakhathini sibakhulu esikhathi
siyabonga phela siyabonga.
Omunye ke wabafikile la esigodlweni ke senkosi kwaKhethomathandayo ukuzozwakalisa ke amazwi akhe enduduzo endlunkulu kanjalo nasemndenini. Engakusho ke noxolo ukuthi njengoba usushilo imbike esitholayo ukuthi maningi kakhulu amabutho asevele asesendleleni elibangise lapha ke ehlala Nkosi njengoba phela ke kwaziwa ukuthi kuzoza ke umzimba wakhe ubayede lapha ngaphambi kokuba ke kube khona uhlelo lokuthi atshalwe. Asibusele intambo kone egoli.
Yebo Simphiwe, siyababona impela abafikile bazokhala khona lapho esigodlweni. Ingabe amabutho wona nawo asefikile noma ayaqhubeka nokufika ngobuningi bawo?
Kunjalo impela noxolo uma ngabe ungena nje esigodlweni ukuthi akubonakali ke ithombeni zakho ngenxa yobuningi bezimoto nabantu, kodwa amanye awo amabutho asilapha esangweni mawungena nje nganeno esigodlweni. Laba obabonayo ke noxolo omama nabo abathi nabo abazozwakalisa ke ukukhathazeka kwabo nokudlulisa amazwi enduduzo. Abanye babo ke noxolo bahola ke uhlelo singathi lo lokuhlolwa kweintombi umkhosi omhlanga bazile ke nabo la ukuzozwakalisa amazwi abo enduduzo. Malungana namabutho ke noxolo ngingaqinisekisa ukuthi yebo imbike esitholayo njengamanje ukuthi asevela senkabeni yalo idolobha kwaNongoma ukuzoyifikela ke mathupha lapha esigodlweni senkosi osanda kungena ke njengamanje noxolo ngaphambi kokuba sithathe izintambo umnumzane ubheka icele ongungqongqoshe wamaphoyisa ungenile ke ngaphakathi esigodlweni senkosi ngoba njengoba ushilo eqaleni ukuthi kubukeka kuzoba umqansa impela kuHulumeni waseNingizimu Afrika ukuzama ukulawula inani noma sithi ke umthamo wabantu abazokuthamela ke izingxenye ezehlukahlukene zeinhlelo ezikhona lapha kusukela ke liqalile isonto baningi kakhulu abantu abebeloku befika namanje futhi isimo sesasenjalo kusalindelwe ke futhi izinkumbi zabantu ekubala ukubona amabutho ukuthi batheleke la ehlala Nkosi esigodlweni kwaKhethomathandayo noxolo.
Sibonge kuSimphiwe Makhanya. Asesemaphethweni ngamalungiselelo okutshalwa kweSilo Samabandla kwaKhethomathandayo kwaNongoma. UHulumeni waKwaZulu-Natal ububambe isthangami sabezindaba namhlanje ekuseni malungana namalungiselelo okutshalwa kweSilo.
Izinduna, amakhosi, amabutho, omama, izinsizwa kanye namatshitshi balokhu betheleke njalo esigodlweni seSilo kwaKhethomathandayo kwaNongoma bezobhonga emswaneni. Isilo sizotshalwa namhlanje ebusuku enkonzweni ezobe ingavulelekile emphakathini. Ngaphansi kwesigaba sokuqala se-lockdown izwe elikuso njengamanje bayikhulu kuphela abantu abavumelekile ukuthi bethamele inkonzo yomncwabo noma isikhumbuzo. UHulumeni waKwaZulu Natal uthi ukutshalwa kweSilo kuzohambisana nemigomo yokugwema iCovid-19.
In terms of the live broadcast and pool feed, in accordance with the COVID-19 alert level 1 regulations, which are currently in place, which prescribe that attendance at a funeral is limited to 100 persons. Only a limited number will be permitted to attend the service.
Inkonzo yesikhumbuzo seSilo Samabandla izosakazwa bukhoma ku SABC kanye nakwamanye amaziko ezindaba kanjalo nasezinkundleni zokuxhumana.
To accommodate mourners who may not be able to attend the memorial service physically, government wishes to advise that the funeral service will be broadcast live on SABC platforms and other major broadcast channels. In addition, arrangements have been made for both services to be streamed live on the following government online platforms under Twitter, under the hashtag RIP King Goodwill Zwelithini.
Umengameli uCyril Ramaphosa ulindeleke ukuthi ethule inkulumo kulenkonzo kusasa.
Ngisho neNgonyama yaseMalawi iNgonyama yamakhosi Mbelwa ikhona le kwaKhethomathandayo ukuyobhonga emswaneni.
To me, I felt it would be an honor for me to come and pay my last respects here, knowing that we all came here to benefit from the wisdom that he had, knowing that he was the most reigning heir. There was a lot that we benefited from him, as witnessed by me coming here. That it shows that he had connections all over. He didn't want his people. He didn't want to disconnect from his people, because if it was somebody else, he was going to say that you people are now going to Malawi, we can no longer be related. But we are here today just as a symbol that he was a loving man. He was a father, not to the only Zulu nation, but even to us people who are in Malawi. We are spread all over in Zambia and Tanzania, which clearly shows that he was a loving father, and we are here to pay our last respect and to mourn with the family. His teachings were, he encouraged me to make sure that I don't lose our culture, because I think if we lose culture, then that's the end of it. There will be no traditional leadership or the traditional side of it. So he encouraged me to make sure that in whatever I do not lose on the culture. He was on top, trying to guide me to say that can we abolish some of the harmful practices that are there, so that we are not seen as oppressing the women. Let's promote the women. And also, we had also spoken on education. He was very keen in terms of education. He wanted us not to relent on education, because education is everything. If our followers are not educated, then it will pose a huge problem in future for our tradition and even for us ourselves. So, and then lastly, we also spoke about the language. Us migrating back to Malawi, we have ended up losing the Zulu language. We also spoke on that, on how we can strengthen and bring back our language. So we also had in program some exchange visits. He was of the view of sending some of his men back home, so that maybe they can teach our people, the young ones. We enroll them in school, and then at least we can regain our language, because apparently I am here speaking English. I was not supposed to be speaking English. I was supposed to kuluma here, but unfortunately, because of the settlements then, we're not able to do that. So those were some of the things that he encouraged me to do, to make sure that, number one, culture, we never lose that one, because the moment we lose out on culture, then everything else is gone, because the traditional side of it, we are the ones who are supposed to be in charge of the traditional side.
UHulumeni ubhekene nenselelo enkulu ukulawula kulesi sikhathi sizwe samaZulu sisemanzini. Ungqongqoshe wezempilo onxusa ukuba kuthotshelwe imithetho ye-COVID-19. Ubekhuluma ngaphandle kwesigodlo sakwaKhethomathandayo njengoba belokhu bengene njalo abantu ukuzobhonga emswaneni.
It's a very difficult situation, because unlike a normal event where there's a set number of invited guests and they can be controlled and they can be, told come in, don't come in this case, the first problem is that the royal house cannot reject anyone and say don't come. Secondly, people who land here are not known that they are coming. They only just rock up at the gate, and then of course you will then find suddenly a milling around of people who had not known each other and not even known they were going to be here. But what has been done, firstly from the royal household, everyone is very conscious of the fact that we have to stick strictly to the rules. So inside the palace there's quite a lot of work done for distancing and also sanitizers, and everyone who goes inside has got to wear a mask, and we've made sure that there are enough masks even to help those who are walking in without. And then outside the gate you have got the provincial government has brought in the whole team of the health workers as well as police, all of whom are now helping to explain to people that they need to come in with masks and distancing and lots of sanitizers. And so it's a matter that has to be managed as we go along. What the Royal House has said is that people who are coming in, they will come in, then address the Royal House. After the expression of their grief and mourning, they must actually quickly get escorted out. So people are going in and out. It's an effort to try and keep the numbers small, but because no one knows how many people are coming, it then ends up being quite a lot of people that you see. However, if it was the ordinary situation, from here for the next 500 meters or so, you would not be able to walk. The numbers of people would be thousands and thousands of people, and inside it would have been the same. We don't see that now, even though you still see quite a number of people. Everyone is conscious of the fact that they have to keep to the numbers. If you go inside the house, they have to limit the numbers, how many people can come in, and outside they space them out. So I think they've put a good effort to try and deal with this situation. It's going to be always difficult, especially when you get Amabuta, because quite a number of them would have come in here. They don't have as much sense of distancing, and some of them are used to working with staying very close to one another. So all of this message has been sent out, and I'm quite comfortable that continuously the messages are going out to say this situation of COVID is very, very serious, and the whole government is also working together with the Royal House to try and assist in that situation.
Wena wendlovu ayete abashongo la dumisa abashongo la dumisa abashongo wesuleli phezu bathi ushilo